And we're live. Are we live? I think we're live. Okay. Obviously, RC Maniac, I've seen you in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. I think that'd be best. We didn't do any sort of countdown. We're going live a little bit early. I've got a thingamajob down there because we do have a sponsor. Look at that. Hi, David. David sees me. That's fantastic. Greetings, Karmic Debt. I'm going to turn up the brightness on my MacBook right here so I can see some happy chatters when we're live. We are live. We are live. Andrew Rogers, what's up? The Boring Brit. There we go. What's up, Duff? What's up, Nero 3D? David said my lighting is washed out and I need a LUT. Is it bad? I don't have the. I'm looking on YouTube, and it just looks like. Is it too bright? Is it too? I can turn down the lights. This is why we do this. We go early so we can adjust. It's up to you guys. I could try to adjust the light. I could try to. You know what? The camera is set at f4. I could go to f5.6 maybe. But that seems like, I don't know. I don't know. Andrew Rogers with a 20. That is 4 5s from Andrew Rogers for the Frosty Beverages Hand Car Repair Funds. Hot diggity. Thank you for that, Andrew. You are a stellar freaking human. All right, Builder's Mark says it's good. I just got a text from David, leave it's good. You know what? You know what? This is what we do here. This is what we do. We set it and then we full send it. That's a shirt. Set it and full send it. All right. Maybe I'll do that. I'm working on a new merch line, actually. Working with a company, and we're going to get some samples in, and if they're cool, and if what happens is supposed to happen, they're going to be amazing. Amazing. Incendium white balance may be a little high. It could be. I do look awfully white, like more so. Let's just move ahead because, I mean, we'll let some people in. We'll let some people in. There's 127 of you. We're going a little bit early. I'm going to pop out the chat, and then I'm going to do this trick. So I'm on my MacBook over here, and I'm going to do this really cool trick where I do, I hit the plus sign a few times, and I can make the text big, and so it makes it so I can see it easier. I could break out my iPad, but that sounds like work. Oh, man. Andrew Rogers, definitely full send. I love seeing that. Okay, so let's just take care of a few little things. I've been streaming on Twitch. I do that once a week. It's a lot of fun. And TikTok, recently, I've kind of upped my production there. We had some car troubles, and I started a sale on my Etsy shop for Flexi Factory's Imperial Dragons. I've been selling them for 25 bucks a pop, and a lot of people have gone in and purchased some. I do have the print farm going. I got to set up more machines, but I had 12 going yesterday all at once, and it's been fantastic. And so if you are a part of the people who have put in an order, it's a lot of P's, for a $25 Imperial Dragon, there's another P, thank you for that. It's really coming in handy. And between the subs on Twitch and the Etsy funds, I think we're going to be okay with the car bill. Also, there you go, RC Maniac. Thank you for that. Let's see. 3D printer noob. Are you planning on going to Murph this year? Yes, Murph this year is a go. I've got the hotel room. It's going to be awesome. But also, today is my daughter Sydney's birthday, 16. And she gets her license after school. So it's a really, really good day, which is part of the reason why we're going early. Because if I streamed while she's blowing out the candles, that would be awful. I don't know if I'd be a good dad at that point. Isaiah T, 3D printing nerd, is this thing actually marketed as voice controlled? LOL. Yes, it is. This is the Wizmaker P-1. It's an interesting name. You guys can have fun with that if you want. But the Wizmaker P-1, besides being voice controlled, has what they call the halo bed, which only heats the part of the bed that is needed for the model. I don't know exactly how that works because we'll have to get into it. but it seems interesting. And I got a really nice email from the Wizmaker team talking about why they do this, and it's just fun. Oh, hey, Tim Tiernan, 10 euros, 10 pounds. I always forget what that one is. Hey, have you tried out the Easy 3.1? I got my daughter Olivia one, and it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, let me know. Oh, let me send you one. You and your kids would love it. Well, the Easy 3.1, I have not. I have not. You know, the Easy 3, I think I've seen, was it Linus over at LTT? Did he do the Easy 3 stuff? Now I don't know. But the X1, I'll look into it. If you could email me, you don't have to send me one, please, but maybe I can make contact with the Easy 3 company and we can kind of take a look at that. Andrew Rogers with another $5, buddy. And a little something for Sydney B-Day Fund. I will legit give that $5 to Sydney. It might be in the form of gas for the car, maybe. That's awesome. You know what we should do? We've got some people here. We're doing some chat. Let's see how many we got. We got 156 of you in here. I know we're going a little bit early, and it's been a while since we've done a YouTube live stream. But again, what's kind of neat about an early live stream is different people are able to access it, because when we go live in the evenings here on the Pacific Coast, on the Pacific side, on the West Coast, what is it? West Coast, best coast, right? When we do that, then with how the time zones work, then it's really difficult for the East Coast, and it's darn near impossible for Europe to take part. At today's prices, you'll get half a gallon. That's true. If it's voice controlled, full send the command to start the print job. That's right. Let's just get this out of the box. I'm really excited because, here's the thing also. It's Lee Smith Workshop, $4.99. Are you out of your mind for the Impressive Fund? Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that very much. I do have to say that the Wizmaker P-1 is on Kickstarter, and I believe there's 2 weeks left on the Kickstarter. And I know there's been some immense discussions around Kickstarter and 3D printers, with Anchor kickstarting the M5. That's it is what it is. My personal belief is that there's some cool tech out there. This one happens to be on Kickstarter. I think it's worth taking a look. You, as adults, can do what you want with your money, but just remember, there's no guarantee you're going to get anything from Kickstarter, and it could be that putting money into Kickstarter is the same thing as lighting your money on fire. That's generally not what you want to do, so just make sure you take heed. Nero 3D, Kickstarter. Hello, P1, full send. Yeah, I really, really hope so. What's up, 3DP UK? Oh, lastly, I guess we should. So down, let's see, right there. Sponsored by Anycubic. I did the review, the review on the Anycubic, the Cobra Max. Cobra, la 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 la, right? I've got an episode coming up on the M3 Max, which is their big resin printer, and I can actually see it right over there on the counter. And then pretty soon we've got a first look at the Cobra. And what's kind of interesting is the Anycubic Cobra I've been utilizing as a print farm device, just because I wanted to test out the longevity, right? How much that printer could bear 24/7 operation. And so far so good. But anyway, Anycubic wanted to sponsor this stream to let you know that there is a discount going on the M3 resin 3D printer that they've just released, and you can find all the information about that in the description. And if that was too much, don't worry, I'll remind you in like 20 minutes. 3DP UK with $5. Oh, keep it up. I like that. High five to you. WFO Rider, money on fire. I love that. Dante, why do my prints stick to my bed and hard to remove, and they end up breaking and filament sticking to the bed, and I'm not able to clean and remove it? Okay, before we get started, let's just take care of that, because that is a common problem that people have. When prints stick too much to the bed, it's because the material that you've printed with is adhered to the bed material too much. They're creating almost a weld scenario. And I know PETG on glass will do that. The carborundum glass, I remember with the Anycubic Cobra Viper, or Cobra Max, the Viper, I did have that issue. So if you have a bed and it holds onto your material too much, it could be that your nozzle offset is a little off, and you might want to back it away from the bed just a little bit for that first layer. You could also introduce an interference layer, or a, what do they call it? I don't know. It's to reduce the stickiness of the bed. What you could do is add some magic goo, some hairspray. You could lick your hand and kind of rub it on the bed. What you're trying to do is not necessarily make the print fail. You're just trying to reduce the adhesion on the bed. Or you could get a new bed. There's always that. Too much squish a lot of times. It's true. Wizmaker. This is the first time I'm hearing this name. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Britt? Good to see you. 75 keg. Joel on OnlyFans. Not that I know of. I hope not. Interface layer. There we go. Interface layer. Thank you. Stupid words getting away from me. Bronheim, have you tried the Chiron? I have not. Can I print PET on special coated glass bed? Yes, yes. PETG on bare glass. You're asking for trouble. Don't ask me how I know that. PETG on glass beds that have some sort of thing on them, you should be totally fine. Should be totally fine. That aged well. Let's get this thing out of the box. Voice control, the Halo bed, it's packaged well. Now, you know, sometimes when you back something on Kickstarter, it looks like it's off someone's desk. I've had that happen before. Other times you back something on Kickstarter and you get a preview of what's essentially a finished product, and that happened with the Anker M5. I saw Uncle Jesse's video on that. Also, this packaging looks pretty good. We might have final packaging. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm kind of really excited to test this out. It arrived the other day, and I was just going to put it into the review queue. But then, like, Anycubic was like, can we sponsor a live stream? I'm like, let's do this. NH3 to Canada, $2.99. Are you out of your... Oh, wait, it's Canadian. $2.99. Are you out of your mind, eh? Let's see what I did there. When are you going to live stream a build of a Voron? You know, I got the parts for it. Maybe soon-ish. Something like that has to be scheduled because of how long it is and the amount of projects that I have going on at this time. My executive producer, David, is in the chat, as well as being a brother from another mother. He's a good dude. And so we'll try to figure that out this year of how we can get a Voron built in. I know Jason at LDO Motors would love to see that. We also have a FarmBot build we got to get in. Lee Smith's Workshop, is this going to be an easy stream or an Ender 7 stream? Exactly. Worthless, I'm a backer of the Wizmaker. Well, Worthless, I hope what we see here is wonderful things. Wow. Okay, so right out of the gate, packaged extremely well. Right on top is a thank you card. Thomas Shanahan with a tenner. It's 2 5s. My favorite YouTube channel. Thanks, Joel, for all your great content. Aw, well, thanks for watching. It's really kind of you to say, and I really appreciate you stopping by, and that $10 is going to come in really handy. So this is a thank you card, and it's to me. It says 3D Printing Nerd at the top. Thank you very much for the support of Wizmaker P-1. Your efforts on reviewing will be sincerely appreciated. Wizmaker P-1 is a pioneer of innovation and unique advanced technology, and we truly hope it can bring the consumers a fresh experience in utilizing and deeper thinking in environment protection. So the selling points we want to emphasize: ASR voice control technology, unique guiding system and self-testing mechanism, AI optimized 3D auto leveling, and Halo bed allows no less than 30% energy saving. They're very big on that energy saving because I see printer equals lots of trees. I'll save this for when we make a video on it, but that's really handy. Andrew Rogers, I don't see an angle grinder. I think the stream will go fine. That's true. Justin Games, is the Cobra Max worth the price? I don't know if it's worth the price because I don't know the price you're seeing. There was some pricing mishmash that kind of happened during that time. But the Cobra Max, for me, would be a machine that I would purchase myself. And it's performed admirably over multiple prints that have taken multiple days each. So I've really enjoyed my time with it. I hope you would as well. We only got one camera today, so I'm gonna show you right there. Look at that, packaged really well. Looks like it's got a ribbon cable right there. This is that's nice and tight. A little bit of filament. There's the manual. Let's just get this all out of the box. I think that's what we really need to do. There's the spool holder. Oh. Okay. Okay. So this is the print head right here. I don't have an up-close camera, sorry. But it's very, very similar to a snap maker. It's a very snap maker-esque head where it's just metal and all enclosed. Jake from State Farm, what's up? 94, no over-shoulder shot for the stream? Not today. Not today. Looks to be a touch screen, I would say. So far, the build quality of all the parts has been pretty fantastic. I would imagine usually when that happens, it means the Kickstarter isn't really kickstarting something, it's just raising cash for something. Which, I don't know. It's up to you to make your own opinion on that. Some people hate it. Some people don't mind it. Obviously, Angus's video recently, he said he won't touch Kickstarter machines because he doesn't agree that Kickstarter should be used for that. I'm sort of in agreement with Angus, but there's still some interesting technology out there, and so that's kind of why I want to show you this stuff. Layer 2 looks like that. There we go. There we go. Looks like it's got a powder-coated PEI bed. Well, taking it out of the box was super duper easy. That's not bad. Oh, look at that. There is a drawer full of tools. I'll just take those out because I know I'm going to need them. And it's got packing material in there. Okay. The bed does have a magnet in the back, and it is with the correct polarity. That's good to know. Let's take a look at the instructions. Well, how you guys doing? Shy Guy, should I get a CRX Pro or a JG Maker Artist D Pro? I'm torn between the two. I've only tested one of the original CRX machines from Creality, never tested the Pro, and it didn't go well. The JG Maker Artist D Pro, I haven't tested the Pro version of that. I believe I tested the Artist D. It seemed to work. I ended up giving the machine away, to the person who then gave it away to another person. I haven't tested the Pro. Boy, between those two, everybody watching, if you could lend a hand and maybe help with that decision, Shy Guy could use that. Wexter's Geeky Stuff. Joel's streaming now. Usually I'm sleeping. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hot diggity, man. It's cool. So morning streams are great. It's my daughter's birthday, so I have to stream in the morning, but it also means that you can catch it without being sleepy timed. Calfan, hey Joel, been a long time fan. Thanks for the informational content. Because of you and Angus, I discovered a lifelong passion. Aw. Thanks for that. That's really kind of you. David, $5.99. Are you out of your mind? Earl Grey, hot. Well, that would be fantastic. I would like that. Important notes, we got to make sure that it's set to the right voltage. Here in the good old USA, we utilize we need a light. We utilize, 110? Okay, it is set correctly to 110, 115, so we're good there. The only voice command needed. That's true. Important notes. Okay, that's fine. Let's just get to the assembly. Base frame, nozzle kit, cool. Accessory. Oh, here we go. So like with most 3D printers nowadays, it is shipped in these sort of parts, and This one's just going to go right there. Looks like it's got cutouts in the aluminum. There we go. That'll sit just fine. 99% of these machines are all the same size with the same build volume and the same feature set. So part of the reason why I did want to do this is because, hey, voice control. Okay, here's a question. Oh, Gerhard, I'll let her know you said happy birthday. What's up, Pure Up Larry? My hometown. Didn't you just have the Daffodil Parade? So, Gerhard, based on your review of the Creality Ender 3S1, I got myself one. Very happy with my purchase. I need a ready-to-run printer for my work. That's been my experience with it as well. The S1, the Ender 3S1 from Creality has been quite a good machine. I've been really happy with its ability to print multi-day files just over and over and over again. I did have to put a different bed on it, but it worked out. Britt, I'll let her know you said happy birthday. It should be safe and fun. Absolutely. Gonna have some ice cream. My wife texted me a picture of the cookies and cream ice cream that she got. Yeah. Copper Dolphin. Hey everybody, I caught a live stream. That's right. We're streaming a little bit earlier, and that means usually people that don't catch it typically get a chance to. It's kind of fun. Okay, tightening this up. Come on. So I don't know if you guys know, but Sith Lord Brit is in the chat. Wonderful creator over on TikTok. Sith Star Wars themed content. Cosplayer, also streams on Twitch. Just a wonderful human. And if you're not familiar with her, you should follow her and maybe see some of the stuff that she does. White V68, what's going on? That's right, your dragon is shipped. And I did every dragon I ship from my Etsy shop, I do a handwritten note. I made sure to say hi to you on yours. It looks like we're about, with the Etsy shop, I want to say we're about 80% of the way there. There's been a lot of people ordering dragons. It's been wonderful. So we're almost there, which is really, really great. I mean, my wife and I are both working really hard to make sure that we can fulfill all the orders in time, which we are. I'm not too worried about that. But you know, you just want to make sure. Oh, John Stern can't stay. Got work. I understand, man. But hey, thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you. Aquatic XD, how much of an upgrade is an Ender 3 S1 from the Ender 3 that I'm using? It really, really depends on which Ender 3 you have and how many upgrades you've done to it. For me, my experience with the Ender 3 has been the base model. It's been the Ender 3 Pro. The Ender 3 V2 didn't work very well for me. And then it's been the Ender 3 S1, which it's great. A lot of people have said, but there are some people that don't like the S1. I believe Tim Hoogland called it a pig with lipstick. So he's not a fan of that. And he has his reasons for it, which are fine. But I also have my reasons for liking it, and those are fine too. It's great because we can both have different opinions about the same hardware. And that's what makes it wonderful. Looks like that gantry's on. Everything is nice and firm. Holy cow, that is super, super firm, which is good. Step 2, connect motors. I can do that. That one's going to be right there. This one's going to be right here. Okay. Oh, that's got a little cover for the power cord. I'm going to do that. Looks like we got to go probably up this way. Okay. That's probably going to go there. I don't want to do it yet, though, just in case, because it hasn't told me to. Or has it? Now I don't know. Now I got to look. Hellcat 3DS. Any Anchor Make reviews coming up? It's a good question. So I've reached out to Anchor because I would like an opportunity to look at the machine. I know that the Linus episode and Uncle Jesse's episode were paid episodes, and that can influence how a video is made. Uncle Jesse's video on it was fantastic, though, and obviously the proof is in the pudding being the prints, and the prints looked great. I personally don't think that machine is going to hit 250 millimeters per second print speed, which is what they advertise. You have a bed that is 235 by 235-esque, so you're talking about going from one end of the bed to the other in either axes in less than a second, printing. And I don't think it's doing that. I know it's moving fast, and it's probably similar to what the Ender 7 does, where they advertise a top speed, but it's only within the infill patterns. But again, the print quality from the M5, what Uncle Jesse's showing, and the times it takes to print things is really good. It's top notch, and I'd like to see that for myself. Anchor doesn't have any units available. Believe me, I've asked. Oh, I've asked, but not available. So there we go. Mean man, everyone can have their opinion, but objectively, one is going to be more accurate than the other, though they may be full of errors. Huh, that's true. That's very, very true. I don't know. There's press the cover and then switch the button. Well, that's not doing anything. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fun. Here, watch this. So this is the extruder, and to get to it, you push here, and then it pops open. Look at that, right in there. And here's your tensioning arm right here. It's on a spring, and so that looks like there's no way to adjust the tension. It does look like we've got a very constrained filament path. We'll be able to dive more in depth on that once we do the video on it. So that's going to go on like that. It's not magnet, of course. Lock with 3 pieces of M3. That's M6. That is M6. They want M4 by 8. Flat round, and it says M4 by 8. I've got M6 by 8, but maybe they meant M4. I guess we'll find out. Mr. Made in the 80s, Anchor Make M5 should have been Core XY for 250 millimeters per second. I don't disagree with you on that. I know Core XY is going to be a far superior motion system for that level of speed. But then again, mass market of a Core XY machine can be fraught with errors. There's a reason that you don't see a proliferation of Voron machines, not because it's not a good machine. It's because that level of machine is difficult. We'll get there. We'll get there, though. Nero's in the chat, so he'll tell you the same thing. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm not full of crap. There it is. Well, I put one screw in. Oh, right there. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I guess it doesn't help that my glasses are dirty. Nero 3D, basically. See, there we go. There we go. Oops. Dino K, hope everyone's doing great. Just interested. How did you start out in 3D fabrication scene? What led you to it? What was the moment you realized it was for you? Boy, that's a fun question. That's a fun one to answer, too, while we're putting this together. So back in around Christmas time, 2014, my wife and kids got, for me, from Amazon, the FlashForge Creator Pro. It was $1,100. and it was on sale. And that's what I got for Christmas of 2014. And just a couple days later, I was already neck deep in STLs and just wanting to find out how to make money with the thing, because why not, right? It's a tool. I mean, I was printing all the stuff, but still. Okay, that's on. So what I did is I started designing my own cookie cutters and selling those. And then I designed, it was for Easter, because I kept following the kids around during egg hunts with a GoPro, but holding it with one hand was difficult. So what I did was I designed my own GoPro camera rig. And then I said, I want to show people how to make their own. And so I talked about the process and how I used OpenSCAD to design it. And then I printed it and I showed them the hardware to get. And people loved the video, so I just kept making more videos. And that's how we got into it. That's literally how we did it. DB3D Dan, what is this? A reasonable stream for YouTube? What is this? A school for ants? Marco Andriani, member for 5 months. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I got it after the 5 episode planned here. Should be fun. Oh, I need to do this. So it looks like, there we go. So, ribbon connector connects in right here. It's got a nice metal locking connector on it. Same with this one back here. So that's good. Probably going to have me do some sort of, I would imagine, something to hold this against here, maybe? No, it does not. Okay, that's really interesting. Let's see. Did I miss a page? No, I didn't miss a page, did I? Gantry install, plug cables in. Okay. Nozzle. Okay. Huh. Okay, here it is. It'll be at the end. Okay, good. Want to make sure I wasn't missing that. Now it's time for the screen. This bad boy right here. So this gets attached here. There we go. And then that's going to sit just like that. Just like that. Ugh. And it takes these screws right here. I would assume these screws, because there's only 2 left. Oh, and it wants, okay, so that's interesting. So it gives me a zip tie, and it wants me to zip tie the cable to a little spot. And then, it has double-sided tape. Oh, it does have double-sided tape. Look at you, DB3D Dan. Always helpful. My bro. I'll see you at Murph, right? I hope so. There is a connector, though, for that. There was. They do talk about a connector in here. I don't see it, but there is double-sided tape. And so that might be one of those things where it's a... it's one of those things where it's changed from the original design. Obviously, being this a Kickstarter, everything is subject to change. Who knows what it'll be? But it also means that I don't know what revision my machine is right here. That's one of the things. So that's unfortunate. But at least, you know what? By the end of the day, I'm going to shout at this thing and it's going to print. I think that's the important thing to remember. Oh, that's right, Rapid TCT too. Thanks for reminding me, David. Yeah, we will be at Rapid TCT in Detroit. I have details on that Monday. Should be fun. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's my 37th pair of flush cutters. Make sure I don't cut the cable. That'd be awful. Oh, just did that. Now it wants the spool holder on top. We're getting there, man. This thing's going to be printing real soon. I'm excited. I am excited. Do. Come on, get in there. Oh, there we go. Oh, perfect. I am utilizing the tools they included to put it together because it's cheating if you use your own tools. Oh, come on. Ugh. There we go. That's in. In fact, let me just... There they are. I have a really good set of Allen keys. DB3D Dan, ask it to make you a bagel when you get it up and running. Oh, sure, why not? Dan, if I'm gonna ask it anything, I'm gonna ask it to make me a rum and coke, is what I'm gonna ask. Let's see, pull it through, tear the sticker off the double-sided, plug it in. Oh, I see. It's not a connector, it is legit the double-sided tape. Okay. There we go. Double-sided tape. I guess that works, right? I just want to make sure it's straight. Oop, going at an angle. It's not good. I don't mind the sticker. I'm not going to lie. One thing that I just really don't like are these tiny little spools of filament because I just don't like it. Like this, we got to get more filament in there or a better way to keep it wound. Nero knows the pain. Sure. We're at a good point. Let's see, what else does it come with? It comes with a lot of bags, a few extra zip ties. It does have an 8 gig SD card, and it comes with an SD card reader, and it also comes with a spare nozzle. That's kind of nice. Looks like the bed. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let me get the isopropyl alcohol. We're going to need that. Woo! Ooh, it's so dark. It's DC dark. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just getting a paper towel. Talk amongst yourselves. Actually, I could probably even go outside the studio. Oh, goodness. It looks to be a powder-coated sort of rough material, not like a build tack, more like a powder-coated PEI sort of material. I know those benefit the best from a good scrubbing with some dish soap because there is specific grease removers in dish soap, so that's usually the best way to get it going or at least revitalize it. But we've got some isopropyl here, and I don't have a camera in the kitchen. Operation guide. We're ready to plug it in. Wow, this has been going good. How are you guys doing? How is everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. Mr. Made in the 80s, Andy, wow, fantastic name. Anybody printing anything? I've got a marble maze going. Well, here we go. So what is everybody printing at the moment? If you are printing something, I can tell you I've got a couple Imperial Dragons printing at home on the Daedalus and on the S1. on the farm. I've got, I think, 12 machines done, and I'm going to be adding Hex 3D's Robo Dragon to the Etsy shop. So that'll be fun. I have verified that the voltage is set correct, and I do have power behind me. We are plugged in, we are fused. Before we turn it on, I just want to let you know that we're sponsored by Anycubic down here. So Anycubic wanted to stream this, or wanted me to stream, didn't care what, they just wanted to sponsor a stream to get the word out about their new M3 resin 3D printer and how there's a coupon for it. If you go in the description, click the link, you can get it for a little bit cheaper. The M3 Max is a decent machine. I'll have a video out on that soon. So the M3 itself, a little bit smaller, but just as wonderful. Zalan Horvath. 4,000 Huff. I don't know what Huff is, but that's fantastic. Hi, I just want to say thank you for the stuff you do. Learned a lot from it. Just got set up on Ender 3 with IDEX, Revo Chimera, Dual Z, BL Touch, BTT Octopus. Now printing the hopefully well-calibrated two-color Prusa sheep. That's amazing. Hot diggity. Well, congrats. That sounds like a great build. Sounds like a great, great build. For hydration, Slancha. This Saturday, I believe you get to finally see my time with that Ford Maverick, the one they let me borrow for a week. That'll be fun. Turning on the Wizmaker. That's a phrase. That's a set of words I've never said before. All in a row. In 3, 2, 1. I see lights. Wizmaker just said, hi, I am coming. Oh, is it a touchscreen? Yeah, I think so. Okay, oh, and it's color. Next.
Are you sure to enter the operation guide?
Yes.
Self-testing. Please wait.
Okay, here we go. It's dual Z lead screws, and it's got a belt at the top to keep everything in sync. It does have auto leveling. I believe there's a sensor right over there. Sounds like a 3D printer. Hope you all can hear it. Mr. Maker, did you touch the nozzle? I did not touch the nozzle. Printer said, hi, I'm coming. And then printer said, do you want to do the setup? Now it's doing Z-axis detection. So this is a self-test. Okay. Here we go. I think it's touching via the nozzle. Nozzle heating detection. That's good. Surprised it hasn't told me it's trying to heat itself up. Different gear, I can hear a whizzing noise.
Next step. Take a while to heat the nozzle before auto-leveling.
Okay. Thanks, Wizmaker. I've got a grid, a 4x4 grid up here, and it looks like that's what it's going to do for auto leveling. And it says nozzle temp, 74 out of 210, 80 of 210, so it's going to go to 210C. John, what kind of probe? It's a, I don't know. I think it's via nozzle touch. I think the nozzle touching the bed. I don't know if it's doing pressure or if it's an electrical connection like Lolsbot does. But we will find out at some point in the future. Connor G. Yeah, I don't know if it's a load cell. It's either like a load cell or strain gauge, or it could be completing an electrical connection. Could be one of those. Random guy. Biggs Trek, tell your printer to speak up. I will. The people at Wizmaker did say that the microphone's up
Hi,
front.
I am coming.
Printer just said, hi, I'm coming. It's got SD card and USB-C up front. That's kind of fun. Can I get dude from Free Guy? Catchphrase. So if your printer talks, I guess you need to give it a name. That's true. Honestly, I hadn't thought about that. But
Light on.
light on.
Light on.
Listen, if the printer can speak, it means that it's either doing a text-to-speech, which it doesn't sound like.
Wake
So-
me up when you need me.
The printer just told me, wake me up when you need me. All of those voices that I'm hearing, all of those phrases must be stored as data within the firmware or the memory, which means they should be able to be changed. Okay, if you could give your 3D printer a voice, whose voice would you give it? Come on, whose voice? Set the voice control to German. Its name should be Karen. Call it, I can't say, well, call it Alexa. Actually going pretty well at this point. I mean, I haven't seen it print yet, but setup was easy. It's got a very clean look to it. Like, this doesn't look like an engineering prototype. This looks like a finished product. I would imagine Wizmaker is on Kickstarter to get the cash to be able to make the rest of these. This feels like a finished product.
Leveling complete.
Leveling complete.
Okay, next step. Load.
Load straight filament into the feed hole and observe whether the filament are extruded. If the consumables have extruded, click finish. Okay. I believe the translations could utilize some changing. It has filament detection. You heard the 3D printer. It said filament loaded. It does sound like the Wise cams. That's true. 3D spaghetti mess. Set it to Klingon. That'd be fun for a little bit. Mr. Maker, I want Joel voice. All right. Oh, I see it extruding. I'm gonna click finish.
Insert SD card.
Insert SD card. Yes, printer. I will do that. The SD card slot is right up front. And it goes in upside down.
Okay, next step. It's ready to print.
It's ready to print, she says. The operation guide has been completed. Do you want to start printing the file? I don't know which
Start
file.
printing.
Start printing. Hi, I am coming. It's not going to get old, is it? Chris Mayhew, do what the Overlord says. Vincent Grunwald, it is smoother than I expected. That's true. This has been, honestly, painless. This has been fine. Biggs Tech. Biggs Trek, activate Skynet, yes or no? There it is, T, Earl Grey hot. Euro 3D, does it have voice control source that should say what's on the screen out loud? That is a really good question. So what the voice is saying is not what's on the screen. The screen has a little bit more in-depth to its words that it's displaying. The printer, my guess is, has a number of phrases that it's able to say. It's at 47, it's going to 60. Nozzle's going to be at 210. Bed's at 50. Looks like it's heating up fast enough. We do have filament oozing out, and I'm just going to keep grabbing it. Printer, you're oozing. I guess that's not a command that that it takes.
Hi, I am coming.
I believe when you turn the ASR, which is the voice stuff, on and off, I believe the printer is programmed to say, "Hi, I am coming." Rock Demon, does it have filament runout detection? I believe so. It was able to detect me putting in the filament. As far as detecting when it's run out, I would imagine it can detect it, but with the filament sensor right here,
Complete.
Didn't you say hot complete? Bead line that it's putting down is good. It's making a raft. So being up close, the printer does appear to be fairly quiet. The motor noises aren't very loud. The fans, of course, are going to be the loudest thing on the machine. Movements are solid. Everything is very precise. It does, I don't want to say have a grindy noise, but it's just maybe the belt noise is a little loud. I can't tell. But right now, for this first print, if this is what Kickstarter backers can expect, up to this point, if we can judge it, it's pretty good. Like, you're with me on this, right? This has done a really good job so far. It's been easy to assemble. The instructions were good. It talked to me over and over. Mr. May of the 80s, it'll turn into a Karen when the filament runs out. It's true. Lee Smith Workshop, does it make an awful death noise if you kill the power while printing? Well, that I don't know. Oh, hey, Big Jano. Welcome to the show. Now, this is just a test model in the SD card. Obviously, those sorts of models should print incredibly well because it's sliced by the company and it's on media they've provided, on a machine they've provided, with filament they've provided. So it's the perfect scenario to print a good thing. Whether or not it does it, I mean, that's time will tell, but that's what we're trying right now. Teach it phenomenology. What is it says, oh, a Dark Star reference. Okay. Vincent Greenwald, can the voice be turned off? Yes. Yes, it can. But I don't know if I want to take its voice away. Like, this is in for me to evaluate. And for full evaluation, I need to be subjected to its voice whenever it decides to speak. I think that's fair. Kevin's 3D printing. That day is starting. That day is start talking more to my printer than my wife. I like the little light. Helps light up the print, especially in a dark room if you want to see the print. Yeah, that little LED. It's an RGB LED, so it's there to provide status more so than lighting up the print. I mean, obviously, it is a blue light, so if you want your print bathed in a blue light, then so be it. It does have tensioners up front and the back. You know, the belt is not very tight. I'm just gonna Give it a rotation, maybe. Okay, there we go. I just gave it one rotation. I know that that can throw off the print a little bit, but I'd rather do it at the beginning. Wayne Taylor, 300 by 300 by 400 printer suggestions. If you look at the recently reviewed Cobra Max, it's 400 by 400 by 450. It was reviewed highly, and a lot of other people who've had it have said they've had success with that machine as well, so that's something to consider. As far as 3 by 3 by 4, specifically, gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Worthless, looks good so far. Talk about the halo heat zones. Okay, so it's hard to see. That's a test print. Let's see. You can see the concentric circles, or the inside the others. You can see circles. So zone 3 is going to be the entire square of the bed. Zone 2 is going to be this circle. Zone 1 is this circle. So the smallest area that it can heat is that internal circle. It says we're at 17% complete. It's a super, super tiny print. Holy cats. Okay. Let's see. Does it do filament detection? Oh, here we go. So in the instructions, so the RGB LED that's right here, blue is printing, yellow is heating, green is idle, and the red light means there is an error. It's kind of handy. Halo bed is, let's see, 3 heating zones, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Okay, it can go to 110. Here is all the commands that it'll do. Let's see. Hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
Hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
Pause print.
Do you confirm to pause printing?
Cancel.
Okay, cancel.
Light off.
Light off.
Light on.
Light on.
Game on. I can tell it to level. Oh my gosh, there are 2 pages of commands. Volume up.
Volume up.
Volume down.
This is the maximum volume.
Volume down. Volume down.
Volume down.
Gerhard Grobler, Czar, 21 Czar. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Does it know any jokes? I don't know. Tell me a joke. Say something funny. Current state.
Printing.
Thanks for that. It's going to be really interesting because
Okay, cancel.
I didn't say it to do anything. It's going to be really, really interesting with voice control, because I have a very, well, a booming, deeper voice. Some people have higher voices. Some people modulate their voice differently. Kids have higher voices.
Pick me up when you need me.
Thanks, Wizmaker. So it'll be curious. I guess if reviewing this as a platform, I'm going to have to get as many people as possible. What I might do is, oh, that would be interesting, have people from around the world submit some of the commands here, and then I could play them through a speaker. It also did not ask me for any locale information. It didn't say English, German, Chinese, none of that. So I don't know if English might be the only configured language. It's printing a little dog. And it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Mr. May the 80s, what happens if you have a print farm and give these a command? Oh, that would be the test, right? Tell them to print the first thing that you see. That would be funny. That would be really, really funny. Joe Velasco, what are you going to do if you have two of these printers? Exactly. There's nowhere in there to assign it a name. It would be great if you could assign a word that it could remember as its name. So if I could change it from Wizmaker to like Squiggly Pants. That'd be a fun name. Squiggly Pants? Maybe not. I love it. Everybody's talking. Can you imagine this? The print farm talking 24/7. You can turn the voice features off. That is a thing you can do. Absolutely. It's blocking that, but Alyssa Nguyen, I was actually going to let that one go because that was funny. I'm sorry, but one of the mods got to it. Mr. Master, Artillery Sidewinder X2 is a great 3x4 3D printer. Okay. I had some problems with mine, and Artillery, well, that's for another video. But anyway, I ended up giving my X2 to Sophie Wong. Oh, excuse me. And she and her husband have had great luck with it. This is looking really good. We're at 50%. There we go. Keep printing, morons. Norman Fair, or if they start talking to each other like Furbies. You know, with the Furbies, if you had more than one and they could see each other and talk to each other, they would utilize their own language and teach each other things. Furbies talking to each other would advance their knowledge. That's awesome. So imagine now if printers could talk to each other. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if a farm of machines, if one machine had a print that worked extremely well, it could then share its settings with any of the other machines for that print and then start that too. That would be really cool. Give it a Samuel L. Jackson voice. That's a great idea. Nixu, what percent are we? 55%. And we're making a tiny little dog. Duntai, what printing speed do you recommend for an Ender 3? If you've got everything tuned in and calibrated, 60 millimeters per second as a default print speed should do you just fine. Slow it down a little bit for outer perimeters, speed it up a little bit for infill, and just cut your first couple layers down by like to 50% speed, you should be fine. What if these things gained sentience? They could print an armada. That's true. That is true. Mesh AI system, yeah. A flare shot of the heat bed would be interesting. That is a really, you know what? I wonder if I have my, I've got a, don't I have a temperature thing so I can get the temperature. I could try to get it on a heat zone. I wonder if that's at home. Because it sure ain't here. Not that it's easy to find stuff here. Well, anyway, I'll do that at some point. I'll try to get a flare. Gerard Grobler. Sam Jackson would say, print is complete, MF. What's up, DNA Dimension Designs? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a picture of this dog that it's printing. It's good. I'll take a picture and I will post it to Twitter. It'll be the easiest one right there. can't, yeah, it's really hard to show. Tiny, tiny bit of stringing, but that's fine. See, I'll post it to Twitter. Here we go. Photo of the Wizmaker first print. In progress. And there we go. It's out. So if you go to twitter.com/JoelTelling, you'll see it. Say activate kill mode. Is it Elon approved? OBS, iPhone, NDI, and show us live. I thought about that, but so this isn't running the stream. This is just so I can read your wonderful commentary. The thing running the stream is over there, and so I would have to go off camera to do that. But that is the idea. We will have some NDI devices showing different angles that go into the OBS instance at that machine right there. It's in progress. Almost 200 likes. That's great. Do a filament sensor test? I didn't see it say filament sensor. It's going so well. Should we? Okay. I don't know if it has a filament sensor on it. It was able to sense putting in the filament. So it's reasonable to assume that might be a filament sensor, because it could sense when I put it in, but it doesn't appear to be doing it. Well, I mean, we'll let it keep going. We'll see what happens. It's just taken a while to get down to that point. I don't know. Okay, that center heat zone is warm, and just the zone 2 and zone 3 are not. That is kind of cool. Dog looks great. Go to Twitter to check it out. It's still pushing filament, so maybe it just hasn't gotten down to that point. I mean, I've clipped it. So we will find out. I would imagine filament sensing would have to go a lot sooner. I mean, it's okay. Now I think maybe it's run out now. Okay, it has run out. It looks like there is no filament. It doesn't do filament detection. It looks like it has the ability to sense putting in the filament, but it doesn't look like it can detect it. Well, we're going to have ourselves a dog with a misshapen head. RC Cars 1049 with a $5. Thanks for the great videos. I've been exploring 3D printing for 2 years now, looking to get my first resin printer. Any suggestions? It's actually kind of neat that you're asking that right now, because this stream is sponsored by Anycubic, and they're trying to get the word out on their new M3 resin 3D printer. There's a link in the description. I've tested the M3 Max. It puts out some great models. They look really, really great, and I can't wait for you to see that episode. But for the standard M3, that's what's being kind of showcased right now. And there's a link in the description that gets you money off. It's actually at a discount with a coupon. So thanks for asking that, because that was a great segue into the little sponsor segment. I just flicked on and off when you added filament. Did it? So maybe it knows and it just doesn't. Well, now I'm curious. So. Okay, blue light is still on. No detection. So if it can detect me putting the filament in, it should be able to detect me snipping the filament, right? It should. Sponsored by Chaos. Oh, hey, what's going on? My Cobra Max won't stop stringing. Uh-oh. Let's see, stringing, so it could be, I'm just using default retractions. I usually print at like 205 C, so not too hot. The dog is done. It does have a bit of a misshapen head. Super duper tiny. Super duper tiny. It did a really good job. Let's see what else is on this SD card. That's it. Well, that's it. Okay. Okay. I guess maybe what we do now, is we try to slice something for it. We'll see what's on the SD card. Maybe, probably Cura. It's probably Cura. It's only been an hour, you guys. It's only been an hour. Is there an option for the filament sensor on the screen? There is not. RGB LED, halo bed, or ASR. I can turn those all off and on.
Hi, I am coming.
Thank you. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Display mode, guide, info. Info, contact. Cool. Guide.
Are you sure to enter the operation guide?
No, I don't want to do that. Store settings, read settings, reset settings. Okay. Temperature, auto home, auto leveling. Okay. Oh, wait. Auto home. Wizmaker go home? It does give me how to set it up into Cura. It is Cura. Okay. That's easy. Hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
Auto home. Auto home.
Auto home.
There we go. Put that off.
Cool down.
Let's get something else sliced for this.
Complete.
Print a 3D Easter egg. Yeah, I could. I could. Maybe. We'll see. I'm very disappointed for this filament. Yeah, me too. Me too. I will wake you up when I need you. I promise. Renner's happy to see me. I love it. You know what I'm going to do now? Wait. Let's see. Nozzle temp bed. I want to move. The movements are not via voice command, I don't believe. No, they are not. Wizmaker, hello? No. Wizmaker, hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
Preheat PLA.
Preheat PLA.
It gives me unload and load and extrusion settings here. It's pretty handy. Got some hi-fi blue. Might as well.
Light on.
Art by Sassy Cat. Well, hello there. Saw on TikTok that you would be live here. Sweet. Oh, that's right, because it was hailing outside. I just put out a TikTok. Discount code doesn't work. Uh-oh. ACPM 312. Well,
Yep, when you need me.
that's unfortunate. If it uses the nozzle to mesh the bed as a cell load, it was aware of filament inserting when you push down when printing. It cannot use the load sensor to sense if the filament is missing. That's actually that makes a lot of sense. I've got Cura on here. I can just set up a new machine. Where are we at? Oh, I can do... Oh, and we'll just set that over there. Let's get some high-five blue going. Let's see if it senses this filament. It does not. I don't have a button here to press finish. Load a bit more. There we go. We'll get something sliced up and we'll print it really fast, just so we can see some speeds on this thing. There we go. I'm going to set up a machine. Add a non-networked printer. Yes, I need a custom machine. Custom. Printer name. This is the Wizmaker P-1. Okay. X, it says, X is 220. Y is 220. Z is 265. All right. That's not so bad. Heated bed. Yes. Marlin. Okay. Oh, I can import a configuration. Okay. That's handy. Extruder is going to be... Oh, interesting. It doesn't tell me to set the filament to 175. My guess is they're relying on you to import the configuration. Let's see. I need to go to settings. No, materials, profiles, import. It's going to be on the SD card is what the manual says. Cura. Okay, it doesn't look like it's on there. Oh well. You know what? We'll make do. We will make do. It's fine. Everything's fine. Go here. It wants 200. It says 200 is fine, and this is the boring part. I'm sorry. But we're going to get this thing sliced up. Give it a slice. Build plate 60. Good. Support. Okay. Quality. It wants 0.1. I don't want to do that right now. Build plate adhesion is going to be a skirt. Load filament. Yeah. Okay. It does not It does not have filament detection. Now what we have to do is figure out what we're going to print, right? What's up, Brady? Mr. Maker, that is Hi-Fi Blue from Protopasta. That is my filament. It's so good. It's so good. Lee Smith's Workshop, you did not miss anything. You did not. Let's slice something. Bunch of models. Let's see what I got. We could do... we should do something that is a vase, or a vase mode, right? Just because we want it to go kind of faster. Doesn't Clock Spring have some sweet vases? Reciprocal vase. Here we go. This could be fun. Yeah, this one. Oh, excuse me. This is great. All right, so special modes. Right? This is when I do spiralize. There we go. Okay. And now we need top and bottom, right? So top layers is going to be 0 because it's a vase. Bottom layers 4. That's fine. Print speed. Speed is going to be 60 by default, 30 on the outer walls. That's pretty standard. Give it a slice. Slicing now. Says it'll take a couple hours. That's fine. Here. So I think what I need to do now, put that there. I think I know how this works. As if you have one G-code file in the root of the SD card, my guess is that's what it's going to know. So, hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
First file. Print first file.
Do you confirm to print the first file?
Yes. Confirm.
Okay, start execution.
And it's printing the correct one. Okay, so as long as you have, it's the first G-code in the root of the SD card, or the only G-code in the root of the SD card, which is what I did. Drew Osmond, hey there. John Doe 4880. Hello, 3D printing nerd. Never been to your live stream. I will wake you up.
Home complete.
Home complete. Good. You've never been to one of my live streams before. Welcome to the live stream. We're doing it at a different time, earlier, because my daughter's birthday is today. So we got to get stuff done early. Ooh, there we go. Extrusions look really good. Good? You doing good? Oh my gosh, that first layer. Josh ATX, what does it say when you wake up? When I wake up, it doesn't tell me anything. But when it wakes up, hello, Wizmaker.
Hi,
It says, hi, I am coming.
wake me up when you need me.
Wake me up when you need me. Billy Bones, can you control with Google Assistant? No. So it's going to come down to the voice commands being a bit of a gimmick. I know it's going to be useful for some, most likely. It's really going to be neat for kids to be able to tell it certain commands to do things. I think voice control is a neat thing. I believe with this machine, it's more of a gimmick than it is not a gimmick. I think there are other features of the Wizmaker P-1 that are important.
Hi, I am coming.
There are more than just the voice control features that are important. Yeah. Okay. Let me, I'll get you a first layer. So what I'm going to tweet out here is
Wake me up when you need me.
first layer from Wizmaker. No calibration, just auto mesh leveling, no nozzle height adjustment. Okay, I just tweeted it out. Twitter.com/Joel Telling. Yeah. Daniel Craw, voice control is just stupid. What if you want to use more than one? Exactly. These are the sort of problems we're going to run in with voice control. Like I said, I believe it's going to be useful for some, but the voice control on this machine is more gimmick than it is not a gimmick. And voice control on this machine, while a neat gimmicky feature, is still not the most interesting part of it because you can heat the different zones of the bed. Now, I've done in here, I didn't see in here how to specify the different zones, but there is a way to do it. And thereby, if I'm not using the entire build plate, it's going to take less power, which is kind of what they are talking about. Well, I wonder if I could do zone. Tune. Heat bed temp. Okay. It doesn't seem to say in here how to utilize. So the entire bed is hot and it's supposed to. So the idea is it's got 3 heating zones and it's only supposed to use the heating zones that are needed. And this one just needs the smallest heating zone. The other heating zones are heating at this point, and there's nothing in here that tells me how to configure Cura to only utilize the one zone. Either that, or it's supposed to be automatic, and it's not at a point where it's ready. It could be that as well, because this is hot. Right here on the edge, this is hot, that's hot, that's hot. So it's not doing the halo zone heating on its own. There's nothing in the UI that tells me to turn it on or off for zones. And there's nothing in here that tells me how to configure Cura to export the correct G code. Now, what I could do is take a look at the dog G code that's on the SD card because that did the correct halo bed zone heating thing, but it's printing right now, so I'll do that later. John Doe 4880, yes, there is a way I can turn off the voice, but I'm not going to. Aurora Tech did a review on it, and yes, 30% less power when using heat zones. Great. Got Shot Games. I tend to curse a lot. What happens if my benchy or if the printer gets offended? That's funny. Since the firmware is Marlin, is the entire firmware freeware, or do they have part of it proprietary, like with the Focus Odin 5F3? I don't know the answer to that one. That's something that we will have to investigate. But it's something we will have to investigate. It's in the user interface. You've done it before. It is? Well, I will take a look. Tune, features, halo bed. I have on and off.
Hey, I am coming.
Halo bed turned on. Titan's Revenge. Hey, what's going on? I think the zone's a base off of G-Code AI. If that's the case, then the AI isn't good. 6079 Smith Winston. Looks like a gimmick with a built-in 3D printer. That's funny. That's funny. I think I just spilled water on myself. There we go. Art by Sassy Cat. CR10 Max versus Anycubic Cobra Max. Which should I choose? I don't have any. I don't have any usage with the CR10 Max, so I can't give you a direct comparison as to which one I think is better. But the Cobra Max performed incredibly well for me. And to this day, it's still doing that. And so if I had to choose, I would choose that one just because that's the one I have the experience with and it's performed well. Andrew Osmond, I missed your super chat. What? Oh, look at that. Andrew Osmond, $9.99. Are you out of your mind for your birthday girl? Oh, that's right. That's fantastic. Andrew, thank you so much. I will give that to Sydney. That's right, everybody. Today is Sydney's 16th birthday. Sydney turns 16. Crazy. Crazy. Titan's Revenge, print volume. It is 220 by 220 by 265. So, not too bad. Mr. Maker, it would be funny if you're alone in the shop and this machine starts talking out of nowhere. I know, that would be funny. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? We're still doing the bottom layers. They are looking good. I'm really happy with how this is performing. Obviously, like I said in the beginning, this is Kickstarter, so just remember, don't put money in Kickstarter unless you're willing to set it on fire. This feels like a finished product more so than an engineer kickstarting a product. I've had a good experience with it so far, and you were all there with me. Ronald DHS. I assume you're talking about the voice control, but it's as useful as a Bluetooth-enabled hat. Timothy Hoogland. What's up, Timmy? What's up, Timmy? Timothy Hoogland just became a member here on YouTube. That's a way that you can support me and the channel is by becoming a member. And then when I get the chance to post my After the 5 content or anything that I just want to give as a special bonus, I can do that here on YouTube. Tim, glad to have you here. We were talking about the Ender 3S1. I mentioned that you said it was a pig with lipstick on it. We have differing opinions on the machine, but both of our opinions are valid because we have different experiences. And so I just want to say thanks for stopping by, thanks for being a member, and thanks for making your content, man. I love it. Tune, Wiz Features, Halo Bed. Yes. So if I go to Tune, Wiz Features, and Halo Bed, it has an on-off, and it's currently on. But the bed in the zones that it doesn't need is hot. So that's what I've done. Kickstarter money on fire. Speaking of Creality's lizard scanner, that's true. Ace of Swords. I would get it so I have something to talk to. That's amazing. Gutshot Games, thanks for becoming a member here on YouTube. I appreciate that. From Nathan, CR10 Smart Thoughts. I have a CR10 Smart. It is upstairs. I was never able to get it to connect to Wi-Fi. The leveling system on it was okay. It felt like a CR10 with a couple extra features. I didn't really know what the smart was about it, other than it supposedly being able to connect to Wi-Fi and utilize the Creality Cloud, the Creality app. That's my guess. I could never get that working on mine. Mr. Master, do you think that the 3 best Anycubics beat the Prusa Mini or not? Which would you choose? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. With my experience with the Anycubic Cobra, Viper, and Cobra Max, I do like the machines. I think they do. I think they print really well. Like with the Max, I've released my review on that, and it had multiple day prints on it that just performed crazy well. As far as beating a Prusa or a Prusa Mini, I guess it depends on what your intended use for. I think a Prusa Mini is a good machine, just like I think the Anycubic Cobra, Cobra Max, or the Viper is a good machine, but it's your intended use. So part of the reason I went with Prusa machines for my print farm is because I know others who also have Prusa machines in their print farm. So if I get a large order that I need help with, or they get a large order that they need help with, they can just share G code and I should be able to print things no problem. I also like having lots of the same machine because then I just need to slice something once and I can put it on the SD cards at this point. I have some automation options that I'm exploring, but really between any of the Anycubic machines and the Prusa Mini, it really just depends on what your usage is for it. Gutshot Games, how's the uptime on your print farm so far? Heat creep is the only trouble I tend to run into on my Prusas. I've had, of the 12 machines, whenever I print, they print fine. There was one of the 12 machines that had one print failure, and that's because this was a Clover Dragon. It was a Clover Dragon, and the one of the segments came loose from the bed, so I had to kill the print. Or actually my wife, because she manages it too, she had to kill the print. So that's fine. But the uptime has been really, really good. What I might do, though, is I have the smooth PEI beds for all the Prusa machines, and I have found I get better adhesion and more consistent adhesion without having to clean it as well if I do a light sanding with 220 grit, just to put some score marks in that PEI. That seems to make it hold on a lot better consistently, so I might do that. But other than that, when I hit print on these machines, they make stuff, and they're doing a really good job. Morton BRDK, for step into 3D printing, would a Creality Ender 3 V2 be a good choice? Yes, I think so. I know that the V2, a lot of people have some really good luck with that. I didn't have good luck with mine, but you know, my experience isn't the only experience out there. I think a lot of people like the V2. I think there is a community firmware for it, I think. That would be really interesting to test. I haven't had a chance to test that yet. Timothy Hoogland, where is this sending its voice data to, and is the code able to be qualified via source review? I would imagine if they're using Marlin, then at least that part of it should be. As far as sending its voice data to, it's not hooked up to anything. So it's not connected via Bluetooth to my phone. It's not connected via Wi-Fi. It doesn't write anything to the SD card. So there's no off-machine communication happening for the voice. It's all embedded. How, I don't know. I haven't had the chance to take it apart yet, but there's no off-machine connection. Like, remember when Ultron went in, or remember when Vision went into Ultron in Age of Ultron and cut off Ultron from being able to get outside to go on the net or whatever? It's like Vision went in there and went, and then it's just not connecting. Interplay Baby Shark. Yeah, all local, Tim. Yeah, super all local. Did you try the Viper CE firmware? I have not tried that. I would like to. My Viper right now has that drilled out nozzle on it, which has been a bunch of fun, but I'd like some time to get in there and try a different firmware on it. I think that'd be fun too. Robert Williams, what would you recommend for a resin 3D printer that could print a full helmet? Boy, that's a tough one. There's not a lot of resin printers that can do that, right? I think the Jupiter can do that. I have one in here. I just haven't had a chance to set it up. I know, well, maybe not a full helmet. Like the Anycubic Photon M3 Max that I've got over there, that's pretty big, but I don't think it can do, yeah, it can't do a full-size helmet. You're going to be looking at something like the Peopoly Phenom L. That's going to be, if you're talking about full-size parts, that's probably going to be what you would have to print it on. Tim, for the record, I had issue with the S1 was the unfinished firmware, bugs, and not working with S3D slice code, and the price for what you're steep, in my opinion. I think those are all completely valid opinions, Tim. I absolutely think that. Especially with what you do. You're able to upgrade lots of the Creality Ender machines. I know you have your unified firmware, which is fantastic. I know that you could take an Ender 3 to an S1 level for much less money than what it costs to get an S1 from Creality, which I think is awesome. Earthquake, filament loading is difficult on my CR6 SE. Is that normal? No. It doesn't sound normal. So it depends on what you mean by difficult. So a lot of times in machines where you have the extruder where you have to hold the spring-loaded arm and then put the filament in, sometimes it gets stuck. And that's why if you cut it at an angle, it's got that sharper point, so it's able to get in the place it needs to. But a lot of times what I'll do is that when I'm putting the filament in and I've got the arm held, I will spin the filament just kind of like this, and eventually it finds its way. So if that's what you mean by difficult, that's my sort of mitigation way of doing it. But if it's something else, then that won't work. What's up, Bowden? Big Jano, had to add community firmware on my Mega X after my hot end overheated after thermal runaway detection. Didn't catch it. Ooh. I'm glad you're safe. That sounds scary. Hey, look at that. We're starting to do a vase here. I wish we had, we'll get a close-up camera next time, I promise. It sure is looking good. I mean, it's running my Hi-Fi Blue, it should, right? That's the way you do it. Earthquake, thank you. That's what I meant. Oh, Grant, that's great. That's great. It looks like Tim got you too. Thanks, Tim. It does feel like it's time for the Mark IV. I know Prusa is probably working hard on the Mark IV, but part availability has been tough. And Tim, since you're here, I know that you run a business and you need to find parts. Has the current economic situation impacted your ability to get parts for what you sell? I'm super curious about that. I think it's only appropriate when this is done, I put milk duds in it. And actually, can I, oh, print speed, here we go. Do that? Sure. There we go. That's fun. Look at that thing go. Tim, I just trade my mental sanity in exchange for hunting parts down so we have stock. Andy Marchak, is a Prusa MK3S Plus a good first printer? Yes, I would say that is a good first 3D printer. I mean, it's a good second or fifth 3D printer as well. But if you get one of those as a kit, you'll have a fun time assembling it. If you get it fully assembled, you'll be able to take it out of the box and get printing within minutes. John Doe 4880, what is the print and how long does it take to print? This is a vase from Clock Spring. I'm doing it in vase mode. I was told it would take 3 hours, and I put the speed at 300%. So we'll see what happens. Filament stories. Hey, Courtney. Yes, super zip. Zippy zip. So I did kick the temperature up to 220. It was printing at 200, and speed's at 300%. That's full send. Cody Irons, if it's voice control, you should just tell it to print faster. I agree. Most likely, something like this would really benefit from the community identifying the features that they want to see voice controllable and then a firmware released or something like that. Like when Tim was asking, where does the voice go? And you know, I'm glad we were able to talk about that because it's all contained, it's all local. But I mean, there should be a way to change it, to augment it, to do all that kind of stuff. Rudy211, greetings from Poland, mate. Hey, greetings. Greetings from here, Seattle in the US. Shot Games, I can attest to the parts shortage. Integrated circuits, which cost roughly a nickel, are being spot sold for greater than $10. Oh, jeez. What do you think if you put linear rail in a Cobra Max? I think it'd be neat. I don't think it's necessary, but I mean, if you like to do that sort of modding to your 3D printer, I say go for it. Thangs 3D is a member. What's up, Thangs? I hope you're doing well. Thangs is pretty cool. We've worked with them in the past, had a lot of fun. Good company. I like them. Bill Adkins 136. When I swap my filament from PETG to PLA in my Prusa Mini, it always clogs the nozzle. How do I prevent this? You know what I did on my Mini? I was having some clogging issues, and there are 3 little grub screws that hold the heat break into the heat sink. I had to loosen those and push it up, just like a couple millimeters. And doing that improved the hot zone and the cold zone separation, and now no more clogs. So you might have to push that up just slightly, just slightly. Hello, N1 Nitro Typer here, the one from your other live stream. Hey, what's going on? Science Lab 3D unboxing my Ender 2 Pro tomorrow. It's great to hear. Oh my goodness, I've got... Look at that. 5 Etsy notifications. Thanks for that. Andre Diamorin, greetings from Canada. Toronto, eh? Greetings. Hello, Nitro Typer here, the one from your other live stream when I asked for something to 3D print. Okay, I don't remember that. I apologize. Filament stories. Yes, I do that with my Mini too, and I had 0 problems since. Right, it's the heat break going up into the heat sink, and it's 3 grub screws on that Prusa Mini. And if you just loosen those and just push it up just slightly, just a little bit, like a millimeter or 2, that's it. I swear to you, solved all my problems. I mean, you will have to redo your first layer calibration, but haven't had any problems since. Any changes to layers when you increase the speed? Yes, they are not as shiny. They're not as shiny. That's about it. It's going fast. What's up, Manny? No problem being late. We still got 20 minutes to go here. I do have a hard out at 1 o'clock just because it is my daughter's birthday. Got some things to take care of. Cake and ice cream. What's up, Sioris? From Montreal. That's in Quebec, right? Jacob Sylvester. Hey, Joel from Denmark. Well, hello from the US. Seattle representing here. This thing go, man. It's cooking. It's super fun. Well, okay, I gotta tell you now, so I'm gonna take a quick little drink of something. This stream is sponsored by Anycubic. They want to get the word out on their M3 3D printer. It's their new resin machine. There's a link below, and you can get it with discount for a coupon. With a coupon, someone was saying the coupon wasn't working. I haven't verified that myself, but you've got options with Amazon and the manufacturer's site. Anyway, thanks to Anycubic for sponsoring this stream and making it possible, because I was able to get this out of the box, and it's super impressive for what it is. Go to the description. There's a link for the Wizmaker. Go there, take a look.
I am coming.
Yes.
Wake me up when you need me.
I will wake you up. I will wake you up when I need you. Nitro Typer. Oh, you remixed a Benchy and you put a mini Joel at the wheel. That's fantastic. Where'd you upload that? Nick Darrow, Etsy sales are going pretty well. I have, I believe at this point, 40 orders that I need to fulfill. And I've got 12 machines in the print farm going like crazy. Just printing all sorts of fun stuff that people are ordering. I hope to get some more products in the store, and I'm also working with someone to get my Shopify store stood up so I don't have to pay the Etsy fees, because Etsy fees are crazy. Dragonfist33, hello right back at you. Chris Morton's in Tennessee. Hello. Good to see you. Keys, what's your favorite 3D printer? Ooh, it's the one that's near me, powered on, calibrated, and loaded with the filament I need. Depends on the project and what I'm printing that day and the model I'm printing and the filament I'm using. Those all can play a part in it. Those all. I mean, I have lots of favorite printers. Just like my children. All my children are my favorite. Andrew Osmond, hey, thanks for becoming a member here on YouTube. Drone shots. Joel, I got the Creality Glass texture bed plate. Have you ever used one? I have not. I have not. Sawdust. Motor City saying hi. That's Detroit, right? Isn't that Motor City? We'll be in Detroit for Rapid TCT in May. That'll be fun. My Prusa Mini X axis rattles slightly when moving the head. Tried rotating it in order to align the rails, but still the same. I wonder if there's an updated part you could print for it. Maybe that's... Maybe that would help? I don't know. Michael Pietritz, your videos are too long. Your last name is too long. Ha! I love it when people tell me my videos are too long. I love it. Keys. I do have the Jupiter. It's currently in the other room. I just haven't had a chance to make it go. Paul Feeney, I just posted a video in the Facebook group for the Wizmaker showing the Halo bed features. Awesome. Well, from what you described, I didn't have the ability to turn mine on and off to make the features, or to make the zones go, right? Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. Maybe it just had to get to a certain level. I don't know, but this part isn't warm. The middle isn't warm. But zone 1 is warm, so it's working now. David, yeah, they're going to love the video this Saturday. JD Viper 5, this is a water bottle from lttstore.com. It has the best lid I've ever had on a water bottle. And this is not sponsored. This is my honest opinion. Check this out. Great lid, easy to hold on to, little rubberized on the outside to make it so you can tighten it down nice. This flips back, and it's got a little detent, so it stays. So if you're drinking water, this doesn't flip back and bonk you in the nose. The opening to drink water from has just the right size. It's almost got rifling in the barrel. It's got a little corkscrew in there, but good size. I have some smaller ice cubes, and so I get some ice and some water every time I take a drink. And then you do that, and it's closed. Do that, and it's open. I love it. I love that lid. Love that lid. Gianni, they'll be engineering an even better one. That's true. Schneider, how many printers do you have? Between 50 and 70. Paul Feeney with a $5. Thanks, Paul. Doka, 3DP nerd. Am I able to get a glass bed for my FlashForge Creator Pro? Probably. Or Pro 2. Maybe? I don't know the answer to that. The bed that comes on the Creator Pro 2 is hot garbage. I have a Creator Pro 2, and I literally was hitting the part on the bed with a hammer, and it would not come off. I cut myself doing it, too. Did. This thing moving. It's just cooking right along. I love it. It's nice and quiet too. Let's see, I got my microphone here. There's some noises, right? But it's not terribly loud. Like I'm next to it, and I have a microphone right here, but you can hear me clearly. Like, this is great. Valerie HM went on site for this printer. It's very nice looking and neat. I would agree. Careful, how many of those 50 to 70 are in use at this time? You're gonna make me count. Okay. Half. I'd say half. Tim Brown, whatever happened to that big sign printing machine? Excuse me. That went back to the manufacturer because it was massive and I had no place for it and I didn't need to make any more signs. So I sent it back to the manufacturer and they took it back. $1977 all out. Hello, right back to you. This has been an impressive little machine. This vase is going to turn out great. I know that. I mean, and I'm going at 300% speed. Greg Milosh, when is Joe sending you an XL and when will you be able to talk about it? Okay. I don't know when I'm being sent an XL. I was one of the first to pre-order it because I was at the event when it was announced, and I got to pre-order it before the webpage announcing it went live, so I'm probably up there in the queue. I don't expect Prusa to send me an XL. That's a very targeted machine, but I've also pre-ordered the big one, you know, with the five heads or whatever it is. So I'll have one to showcase and review. I just won't. I won't have a review unit. Most likely, I mean, if they offer a review unit, I might take it in just to see what the differences are, if any, between what I paid for and what they sent me. But right now, you know as much about the XL as I do. It's very guarded. It's secret. But I believe they're supposed to be shipping this year. Fingers crossed. See you later, Doka. Keys, what do you do with failed 3D print and waste? That is a problem. Some of it can go in recycling, I know. Some of it gets thrown away. Ben, it's Boy in Space and I, because he does a lot of the review prints on the machines after I get some time with them. What we're gonna do is start collecting the prints and then do something with them. We might get like a silicone mold or a form and make stepping stones for the front of the studio, or maybe we could injection mold into something, or I don't know. We'll do something. We'll do something. Matt Scheider, if you had to pick one printer that you had to use for the rest of your life, what would you pick? It would be the Prusa MK3S Plus at this point, because it's proven itself with thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that I put it through that it can handle just about everything with every filament that I could need. That would be the one. Cody Spagrod, MSRP is $499. Worth it? That's a good question. I can't give you a finite answer on that because I've had it for an hour and a half. So I can't really tell you. I can tell you this, the Wizmaker P-1 went together really easy. Setup was really easy. The bed leveling was great. The bed sensing, or the halo bed where it's got the 3 zones for heating seems to be working. Everything is rigid, everything is tight, nothing is rattling. It seems to be quiet, touchscreen works. Hello, Wizmaker.
Hi, I am coming.
And the machine tells you when it's coming, which means it should be here soon. Said your last name correctly. Well, great. That's awesome. I try, you know.
Yep, when you need me.
I will wake you up when I need you. Mr. Master, you should get a 3D filament maker and recycle your filaments that way. I tried. I've had a 3D machine for a year and a half. It's packed up and ready to go back to the manufacturer. I'm just waiting for a few answers from them on some specific questions. But yeah, I couldn't get it to produce filament for me that was usable. I tried. I know other people have got it, and that's fine. It just didn't work for me, and I hated having this $7,000 machine just sitting around. So I'm sending it back to the manufacturer. And then they'll be able to fix it if there's anything wrong with it, and then give it to the next person or sell it. WFO Rider, just need to know when it's finished so I can go back to sleep. The stream's gonna end in like 5-ish minutes because we got a hard out at 1. This is gonna finish later. I'll have a security camera on it so I can monitor it though. It's looking so good though. It's looking so, so good. What's up, Chelsea? What's up? Tim Cassiates. What was your day job before 3D printing full on? Software developer and software QA. Before this, I worked for Adobe on the After Effects team. I did that for 3.5 years. Before that, I did have my own startup company called Grazie Mobile, and I was the app developer. So we had an app on iPhone and Android. That was fun. I used JavaScript and PhoneGap to write it. Before that, I worked for Nuance Communications. They're the ones that brought Siri to life on the iPhone. Before that, I worked for HP in their music division. Before that, I worked for Nuance Communications. Before that, I worked for Snap-in Software, who was purchased by Nuance Communications. There we go. Dury10, $328 for the Kickstarter. Is it worth it? Actually, this is a good one to kind of get here at the end because at this point, my only experience with this machine is the hour and a half that I've had it out and playing with it during the stream. I think $328, if this machine consistently performs at this level, is very much worth it. But again, this is a Kickstarter. I don't know how beta or alpha this is or how close this is to the finished product that backers will get. So your mileage may vary. So I can't really give you a definitive. But if this is what a backer is sent, this is worth $328, I believe. Cody Spagrud, Canadian Fiver, eh? Canadian Fiver. Did I get your last name right again? Did I say that? I hope so. Spagrud. Spagrud? Spagrud? It's not Spagrud. It's probably Spagrud, right? Pop a photo on Twitter. I will. Power loss recovery. I'm not sure. Thanks, Roy. I will pop a picture on Twitter once the stream is over. I'll get you. I'll do a video and I'll post it to Twitter. Actually, this is a good time to wrap it up. This has been an amazing experience. A big thanks to Anycubic for sponsoring this live stream. You can get some information on their M3, their new resin 3D printer, down in the description. There's some coupon codes down there if you're interested in getting one. Also, this is the Wizmaker P-1 from Wizmaker, currently in Kickstarter. I have no idea how far along in the development process this machine is, but for me and this machine, we unboxed it, got it set up really easily. Configuration was great. It talks to you at auto bed levels. It's got the halo bed heating zones. it's just been an enjoyable experience, which is great. I got to go because it's Sydney's birthday. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. As always, high five. There we go. I'm just going to stay and hang out for a little bit.